How's it going, guys? Winter Kills here, and welcome to a brand new episode of the testing sessions. Today we are on Photon Galaxy. Got a few things to talk about this deck specifically. We are going to be trying a new build. I'm also going to be talking about some ideas that I've had to help possibly fix the problems that I am having currently with this deck. I love Photon Galaxy to death. I love it as a great, fun, casual deck, but it always seems to struggle making that leap to a more competitive, consistently competitive deck. Even though I feel like it's got pretty much everything it needs, it can turn out pretty big boards. It just runs into the same problems over and over again. And we'll get into those in a moment as we talk about the deck profile. But before we do, importantly, I do want to mention a few quick ways that you guys can support the channel. If you're looking for any TCG accessories, check out Imperium Duelist at the link below. They offer a wide variety of products such as sleeves, deck boxes, dice, binders, apparel, and playmats, including my very own playmat, Blazing Permafrost, which is on sale now. You can get all of these amazing products for 10% off using my discount code WinterKills10off at checkout and support the channel in the process. And of course, if you guys are buying anything on tcgplayer.com or drawphase.com, do not forget to use the affiliate links I have to their sites down in the description below of all my videos if you guys shop and check out using those links. Yep, it's that easy. All you do is click the link, get whatever you want in the cart, check out, and just like that, you're supporting the channel because a small bit of the revenue from your purchases using either of those links will go right back in the channel, and it helps out greatly. You can also consider becoming a YouTube member by clicking that blue join button or the link in the description. Becoming a YouTube member here on this channel will get you access to emotes you can use in the comment sections and live streams, exclusive members-only content and early videos, and much more behind the scenes stuff in the community tab. So if that interests you and you want to support the channel, check that out. More information down below. But let's get into the deck profile real quick here. I did post a deck profile a little while ago, as well as a test hand video. If you guys haven't seen either of those, I'll link them up in the top right of the video. Check those out if you're trying to learn more about the deck and maybe get some more reasons behind my card choices or how the deck plays, and just a very controlled environment. Check out the test hand video. Check out the deck profile. Obviously, here we are taking it a step further in this testing sessions video, playing the deck in Dueling Book rated instead of just some closed circuit test hands, if you will, where it's a very controlled environment, as I've said before. But this list is different than the one that I profiled, as you can tell. Main thing being that Nibiru and Transmigration are in the main deck. I just wanted to put hand traps here in some way, shape, or form, and if I could help it, at least have it be a light hand trap. I was thinking about Lancia, but I was like, maybe overall, maybe Nibiru might be a bit better. You could possibly swap them. But for this particular video, I think I'm going to leave Nibiru in the main. I do have Lancia in the side, but I like having a light hand trap specifically in the main deck for cards like Galaxy Soldier to be live, even if I draw a non-Photon or Galaxy monster. It's still a light monster at the end of the day. So giving the deck a little bit more protection if it has to go second, especially against combo decks, which we will struggle against the most. Tachyon Transmigration, just giving our deck more defense, which it currently lacks, and I believe will help us still at least put up better boards under Interruption, and Triple Tactics Talents as well to help us play through more Interruption. Again, same thing with the Call by the Grave, because this deck, it's had a problem for a long time, and that problem is consistently playing through Interruption. A lot of boards take a lot of resources, 2, 3, 4 card combos, not really combos, but a lot of times your end boards will require a lot of cards. Because a lot of your cards require other cards to be used. I've talked about this several times in test hand videos and deck profiles, etc., etc. It's a problem the deck has. It's not very efficient. It can be efficient sometimes and can be very rewarding when all the cards come together in terms of your end board, but it's not super efficient always when it comes to getting started. I think the best starter in the deck still hands down is Sanctuary, but that requires 2 summonings of a token, then linking into a successful summon of a link monster, then its effect successfully resolving, and then the card you equip from deck successfully resolving. So there's a lot of steps. There's always a lot of steps before you can completely assemble your field. A lot of work goes into it, and thus, getting hit with interruptions in certain places can be more impactful. You know, that's why I for a while, even before this video started, I tried putting together some sort of more mid-range control variant of this deck, which would maybe end on Soul Flare number 90 and some set traps. Turns out that's easier said than done. Really didn't get a chance to figure that out, kind of with taking from what Earth Machines does as a deck and carrying it over to this deck. But again, there are so many cards that you need to play here for the engine, and so many copies so you can consistently see them and see them together, no less. Like, it's just hard to try to fit in a lot of traps and hand traps and cutting engine pieces. So I think for now, this is a decent mid-ground. We're going to get into a couple of Dueling Book rated games. We'll see how it goes. It might be very rough. It might be very smooth going. I'm about like high 500, low 600 rated. So that's about where we'll be at. And we'll see what we can do. Also on just 2 Expedition and 2 Brave. There's no Desires in the main deck. I just try to simplify it a bit more, just cut some things down so I could fit in Transmigration, Nibiru, and, you know, 3 copies of Talents, just as you see there. So I hope what I said made sense. This deck struggles playing through interruptions sometimes. Sometimes it can do it no problem, but if your opponent happens to be lucky enough to hit the right card at the right time, it slows you down a lot. Sometimes a little too much, you know, right? But the deck, I would like to try to maybe convert it to a more slower pace playstyle, but I just don't really know if that's entirely possible. And if it is possible, if it's really worth trying at the end of the day. I know there's some OTK variants you can play with Afterglow number 62, but not really interested in trying to play going second right now, either in this particular format. But with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and try to get into our first match. All right, we got our first opponent here, Raffles. Second, I thought it said Ruggles. Let's go ahead and get into it. We win the RPS, which is great. Obviously, going for strategy, so going first is nice. And let's take a look at our Unplayable opening hand. You know what? It wouldn't be the testing sessions if we didn't get hit one of these hands every now and then. I don't know what... it might sound like I'm making excuses, right? It might sound just like I'm making excuses. But we're going to set call by, and we are going to pass. That is unfortunate. That is unfortunate. My opponent might be a little confused, too, as to what has just happened. But unfortunately, that did just happen. I would be at a point where I would cut this out of the video because it's boring, but I think it's also just hilarious at this point. And to make things better, a Numeron Network. I'm just going to save him some time, and we're just going to go right into the next game where we are going to drop some Cosmic Cyclones in to the main deck. And that's that. What deck am I playing? You'll see. You'll see. Man, a terribly brick hand, then paired with Numeron Network. You hate to see it. Don't worry, dude. You will see what I'm playing. Let's side this bad boys out for some Eldritch. I really think his attempt at trying to trick me into siding something is really cute. All I'm hoping for is that I just draw a playable hand. That's really all I'm hoping for at this particular point. Yeah. So if he could just, there we go. I was just gonna say, like, don't think too deep into it, my guy. You're thinking a little too deep. Are we gonna draw a playable hand? Yes, we did draw a playable hand with the Call by the Grave as well. All right, so we have a few options. Actually, I'm just gonna take this very simple. Like, imagine this in a perfect world. You could draw Soldier with Galaxy Eyes and just all traps, right? It's just not that easy, right? Because that's, you know, it's like 2 cards, but you can only play 6 of them, right? Or 6 total. 3 Soldier, 3 Galaxy Eyes in total. And then you could play a Searcher, like Sanctuary. And then you could also play Orbital, but like, that's still not that many starter cards. No hand traps, he says. Well, thank you for telling me that. I will make the most greedy play possible. People really shouldn't do that. You should just not, you should really not tell your opponent that you don't have any hand traps. It's not hard to type okay over and over and over again. Even though at this point, I would just keep playing as if he didn't have one anyways. Which is not the best idea. So we have a Sanctuary here, which we could play. And I am going to play it. Just so we can link into a Soulflare Dragon and go ahead and not add anything back. But just so we can get a Galaxy Eyes to our hand during the next turn. And then have a discard there. But we are playing against Numeron, so we technically don't need it. But I'm just going to go for it anyways, because who knows at this point what he's going to do. So we're just going to set 2 and pass. Draw phase effect. We're going to get a search of Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. And that will give us 2 interruptions. But yeah, basically you could see the gist of how a control variant would work, where you're maybe just ending on number 90 in Galaxy Eyes Soulflare, because, you know, you get a searcher, right? This can't be destroyed by card effects, which lends it some synergy with Torrential Tribute. It's just like, you know, if you could always open... Oof. That's rough. For example, if you could always open Soldier Galaxy Eyes, right? That would allow for that. Oh my god. What is this? What is happening? Lightning Storm, Lava Golem, what? Raigeki. Just Raigeki me now. Just leave me with nothing. We're just gonna go right into the next game. All right, so yeah, we're just gonna go right in the next game. We're just gonna go right into it. All right, we didn't have to make a cut there. That's fine. But as I was saying, you know, you would have to basically revolve it around seeing that 2-card combo of like Soldier or Galaxy Eyes. And yes, you could play Sanctuary and Orbital to increase your chances of seeing either of those cards. If you see Soldier with Sanctuary, you're good. But then it lends the problem where if you see like Soldier and Orbital together, you know, Orbital is not really a searcher at that point because he needs something on the field. There's problems there. We're like, some cards can search really consistently and really well, but only if you have other cards. It's just this deck lacking really good starters. Like I said, I think the best starter in the deck is still Photon Sanctuary. That is, of course, so long as Union Carrier stays legal. So we have a pretty okay hand here. We do have to start with a trade-in, unless you want to just burn your normal summon immediately. And also, the normal summon in this deck is so very important. Reading... I thought he was going to reading trade-in for a second. I was like, okay. All right. What did I say? Oh, man. Is this really going to be the episode that we are uploading here? All right. So, and maybe this will just... I'll just use this as an opportunity to showcase the need for a more slower-paced, hand-trap-resistant version of this deck. So we're going to try to do Orbital here. I don't know why. Actually, I do know why. We're going to try to make this Tachyon Transmigration live. What we're going to do. If he has a negate here for this, I'll be shocked. I don't know what he would use to negate it. But another thing that's very rough for this deck, too, this format, people are maining Drone Lock because a Drytron Cycle Reader might be in some people's mains as well, which can really, really hurt this deck. But now we need to think what we want to add here. I'm looking at Vanisher. Definitely looking at Vanisher here. We're going to special summon Vanisher. Don't really care to... Oh, he says on res. He says on res. On res. On res. Oh. Oh, he's just going to Lancia. Okay, that's fine. I don't know why he Lancia'd, but okay. That's fine. We don't really care about Lancia. We don't really care about Lancia. All right, so we are going to add Galaxy Eyes to our hand. We are going to overlay for Starleash Blast Dragon. Starleash Photon Blast Dragon. I still have mixed feelings on Galaxy, and I know in the test hand video I said I was coming around on the card. Whoops. But I still have mixed feelings about it. Mainly because it's not a Photon or Galaxy monster, which makes it really undesirable sometimes. Especially when you have cards like Vanisher and Orbital in hand, things like that. So we're just gonna summon that. We're gonna set that, and we could link here to get back that and potentially get 2 interruptions. But I'm just gonna end turn here because with a Blast Dragon on field, we can use it to get back the other Galaxy Eyes in our grave next turn, which is okay. Then we can use that to make a rank 8. Standby main is good. Or draw phase, standby main. We're all set there. We know he has a Fractal in his hand, which is a card we probably want to hit. I mean, he could be playing Zodiac Tri-Brigade. He could be playing Gladiator Tri-Brigade, Gladiator Beast Tri-Brigade. I have no idea what he could be playing here. Something Tri-Brigade. He could be playing Bird Up. I don't even know. I don't know what the hell Bird Up is. So this is going to send this card from his hand or field graveyard to send a level 3 lower beast. It's fine. That's A-okay. We can go ahead and Foolish one. We have 1 interruption, so we have to use it in the absolute best spot. What does this card do? Banish any number of beast warrior and or winged beast monsters in your graveyard. Winged beast or wing. Oh. Cost. Let's see what he does. You shuffle the negated cards in the field. Yeah, I won't get shuffled back into the deck. I mean, the only reason he said kit, so my man's gonna hit me with a question mark storm. Jeez. Love dueling books sometimes. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can send 1 Tri-Brigade card from your deck. Sure. Jesus. Oh man, the way people act on this website sometimes, man, it's just unbearable sometimes. Sure, add that, that's fine. We do get a quick effect reborn of Galaxy Eyes, which is good. This we are going to 100% negate. I'm actually glad we saved the transmigration. Let's see how many he banishes. Banishing 3 or 6 cards of your choice from your extra deck face down. Sure. That is not going to resolve. He has a Caress in hand. We are going to negate that. That will get shuffled back into the deck. That's literally all we got, though. Might as well stop him from digging 3 cards deep. He hasn't normal summoned yet. He also has Tanky, too, which is not good. So, I think this is the point in the video where I'm probably going to just let it fast forward for you guys, so you don't have to watch me sit here in silence typing K to everything. Yeah, we're just going to fast forward. I love how he asks target, but my only target is Galaxy Eyes. This is, in fact, the only card that I can target. I was going to type that, but I figured that might be too mean, so we'll just summon that out. And he's going to use Simorg here, which I would imagine he's not going to go for if he's using it. Which he did declare the effect, so I would imagine he's not using it to summon out the Wind Barrier statue. Since I have it 2 level 3 or level 8 3000 beaters on the field. Apex Avian, that's completely fine. We draw trade in for turn. Standby main 1. So once per chain, when a card effect is activated, quick effect, you can target 1 misvalued card you control, return that to the hand. If you negate the activation, you destroy that card. So we can just force this out here if we wanted to. We don't really have any effects that we can activate anyways, so let's just go to the battle phase and see if he has anything. We'll attack into Apex Avian for 3. These also cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects right now, too. Really huge bonus. And does this thing do anything in the graveyard? You match any number of in your graveyard, special summon one beast. This thing isn't really doing anything right now, so let's attack over the Karass. All beast warrior monsters. This is a beast, so it does not gain the 100 attack, so we should still take 18. Okay, and then we will go to main phase 2, where I will overlay into a number 90. It says wait, okay. What are we waiting? Did I miss something? Did I miss something? Okay. I guess, okay, there's nothing to wait for, I guess. All right. All right, so we're going to overlay into number 90. That'll get us a search next turn to at least get us off the ground. We can either grab a level 8 to be as a trade-in target. And we'll just pass there. End phase, that's... no, we'll negate that. We'll just negate and destroy that. Why not? We still have another Photon monster underneath this, so there's no worry. Tri-Brigade Revolt. Special any number of beasts banished from your graveyard, but negate their effects. Enemy that destroys someone. Sure. Wouldn't have been able to stop that anyways, so that's fine. That is completely fine. I don't know what he'll be bringing off of this either. So he's summoning back. So all their effects are negated. And then he can link summon one Tri-Brigade. This trap card is nuts, by the way. I've always thought this card was insane. Using only those monsters. Okay. He's going to summon the Rugal, the Silver Sheller. I don't know what this does. During your opponent's turn, main phase, quick effect. Sure, this is negated, though, isn't it? If I'm reading this correctly. Negate their effects. Oh, he's okay. He's talking about negating activations. Okay. I don't know what this card does. Normal summon that, and I will also didn't get a chance to search and standby phase. That's fine. Whatever. Guess we're just in the main phase now. We can still search outside of those phases, so that's fine. During your opponent's main phase, quick effect, you can special one level 4 lower beast warrior and wing beast monster from your hand or graveyard, but negate their effects. Also return the hand during the end phase. This card sent the graveyard. You can make all monsters your currently controls lose 300 attack. Okay, that's fine. He's gonna link into a link 4. We're going to activate his effect on resolution because this is an access code talker. Wonderval 2. Yeah, okay, so that's fine. Wonderval 2 Sheller. So he's making my stuff lose attack and defense. Get our search here. What do we want to grab? So I'm looking at just grabbing a Galaxy Eyes, mainly because we just want a guaranteed trade-in target. So that's exactly what I'm going to get, and I'm also going to declare this here as well. We get a Galaxy Eyes out of the graveyard so we don't die. Both of these cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects. This is dropped by 300 attack and defense, I believe. And who is he going to destroy? Now he's reading. Does this target? You need to destroy one card in your opponent, so it doesn't target, so that's fine. So he just wasted a blast dragon effect, or an access code effect. And he only had 1 Link Monster engraved, so that works perfectly for us. We'll attack into that. That's fine. It's at 53. It is absolutely huge. You get Simorg here. And again, he cannot go... I mean, he can go for the barrier statue, but we'll have to lose a battle phase, which is fine, I guess. Start turn. We draw Sanctuary, which is huge. Standby. Main phase 1. We know the card in his hand, I believe. We know the card in his hand. Let's see. Add a try. So he has Harass in hand. Okay. Let's go ahead and activate Trade-In. Draw 2. Pick up Afterglow and Soldier, which is really, really solid. So we are going to have to go into the battle phase here and attack over this. That's not gaining any attack, I believe, unless he has something in his graveyard that can protect it, which looks like he does not. Really, really good. Then we can go ahead and... We have a lot of options here, man. We have, like, so many options. Which is really, really good. Just gonna play this, because I know he has no responses at this point, pretty much. Go for Union Carrier. Player Union Carrier. And we still have an Orbital in deck. We don't have a Galaxy Eyes, which is a little annoying. But it is what it is. That on that. That to the grave. Get a search here. We could grab Knight, actually. Or we could just grab any Photon or Galaxy monster just to discard here. Let's just grab a Vanisher, because Vanisher's pretty much dead at this point. We will declare effect, sending this to the grave. Summon defense. We might actually take this game here, which is nice. All we have to do is actually just after... Oh, we can't Afterglow him. And he quit. All right. I was going to say we could Afterglow him, but we don't have access to another Galaxy Eyes in our hand or deck, which is kind of problematic. We burn through them very fast. Like, this is... Like, I've always wanted to try playing Pot of Avarice in here. I know there's Galaxy Cleric, which is an option. I don't like Galaxy Cleric, mainly because it does take up a normal summon. And in some cases, you can't really afford your turn 3 normal summon to be a Galaxy Cleric. Because yes, it gives you a lot of advantage, but it does slow you down greatly if you're not normal summoning Galaxy Knight every turn for rank 8. So, since he rudely interrupted by quitting, let's go ahead and finish that turn out how we would have. Which would have been 2, because we still got to close the game out, right? We cannot let him live another turn at this point. That's been established pretty much. The normal this... Right, that'll bring this back. And then we need to... Well, we don't even need Afterglow, really, here. We really don't need Afterglow. At least the attack effect that it offers. We can special summon this here. Overlay this. We can just go ahead and go into Felgran. And then you go here and go into... Actually, not Felgran. Not Felgran, actually. 2 extra decks, special summon attack, special summon attack. We need a monster that we can just go into to pop stuff. Yeah, we can go into Cypher. And then we can go into Full Armor, detach, pop the access code, and then go into Cypher Blade, attach, pop the Simorg, and then overlay into Prime. And then Prime is going to be gaining 8 plus. This is a 9. So it'd be 18, be 30, or that'd be 17 total levels times 2, which would be 3,400, putting him up to 7,400. And then this attacks in at 74, and that's just game. So yeah, we did have game there 100%. And then even in main phase 2, if it wasn't game by some means, we could just make a Zeus with 2 materials, because we would have to detach. Importantly, keeping a Galaxy Eyes underneath it so we do deal full damage. So that wasn't a full match there, so I apologize for that. I would try to go ahead and get into one more match, but I imagine it's probably going to be a very, very long video if I do that. And I don't want to make this video super, super long. I think I've pretty much said all that I've needed to say at this point and showed that what I've needed to show. If I can get together some sort of control variant of this deck, I will make another one of these videos for it. It's just like, you know, if you could ideally open Soldier or Galaxy Eyes every turn, maybe at that point, maybe I do play Melody of the Awakening Dragon to be able to consistently search out Galaxy Eyes. It's just like Melody on its own without Soldier is still not doing us anything. You always need multiple parts, and the only card that really doesn't lend itself to that is Sanctuary, because you can just play it regardless of what is on your field at that point or what you have in your hand. It will just get you that search. So I think that is going to do it for this episode of the testing sessions. I hope you guys enjoyed. I apologize if it wasn't what you were expecting. I really do apologize. I wanted to get some content out for this deck, and I was hoping it would go a little smoother than it did, but you know, that's just real life sometimes. That's Dueling Book sometimes, that's Yu-Gi-Oh sometimes. And thank you guys so much for your very generous and continued support. I really do appreciate it. I've got some other videos, ideas in the works. Probably going to be doing maybe an Earth Machines testing session video. I'm going to be trying to work on Burning Abyss on my next few streams, linked to my Twitch down below. I'll be streaming tomorrow and Monday. Let me try to dig back up Burning Abyss to try to play a control variant of that. And then maybe with that, might try to get a control variant of this deck. If you guys have any suggestions, please let me know down in the comments. I do like to use this series to sort of showcase to maybe newer players how to operate the deck in a random in-game situation, but also to get experimental ideas out there, like the one I have just mentioned to you guys, which is maybe a more control variant of this deck. So I'm going to stop rambling. Thank you guys so much for your support. I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave your suggestions and ideas down in the comment section below. I'm just as curious to see what you guys have to offer as I am, to see what I can come up with in terms of a control variant. I just, maybe it's not possible yet. I don't know. Yeah. Hope you guys are having a good one. It's always Winter Kill signing out. We'll see you guys in the next one. And of course, a huge shout out goes to our Divine level channel members here on this channel. And they are Zors, Cadillacs84, and Remtrox. Thank you guys so much for your very generous and continued support of the channel.